graduation, and we couldn't get in the house, and we slept out in the yard. And Maryjo put her hand on my shoulder. In high school, a mentor, a date coach, my pocket watch, which was really, really loud, and I couldn't understand, how my date could have ended up with my pocket watch and taking her home. And Maryjo telling me she did that because she wants to see you again, and she didn't really steal your pocket watch. To raising and being responsible for my brother Richard, sister Joyce, and Richard on graduation night, I was getting a telephone call that he had been hurt and he couldn't walk, and they had him in the back of the car, and his buddies were saying, I don't remember what they were. I said, well, what happened? They said, well, he was on a chair and he fell out of the chair, and I said, don't give me this bullshit. Tell me what happened and bring him over here, and we'll get him out of the back of the car. And the calmness and the coolness and the power of this lady overruling everything else that was taking place that night, with just this incredible heart and this incredible knowledge and this incredible knowing what to do. A lady that gave up being a counselor in high school so she could be a counselor in junior high, taking a pay cut so that she could get to those students earlier. I've never known anyone that has touched as many lives, has changed as many lives for the better as my loving sister Maryjo. I love you very much.
Hey.
She taught me the love of games. Every summer we had some kind of a game going, whether it was a card game, a board game, yes, even baseball. I cried when she went away to college. My sister was going away. I cried. Maryjo. Thank you.
I'll straighten out the Lewis story. I was in church that night. Actually, of all the crazy things, I was up standing on the chair, because one might ask, how does someone get hurt falling out of a chair? But I was actually standing on the chair, and I was preaching to a bunch of the people around me. And the chair went sideways, and I landed on my back on the chair. That's all. Because I'm a pretty tough guy. I too have lots and lots of memories of Maryjo, because when I was 16 years old, my parents moved to South America. Mom and Dad moved to Lima or Santiago. I can't remember which first. And so it unfortunately fell into various hands to take care of myself. Joyce was either right at UT or for a while we were together. She went on to UT Austin. And so Maryjo went through all the crazy things a 16-year-old does. And so lots of incidents that I, thank God Mom and Dad weren't there. She was wonderful about it. She lent me her car. And, I remember one night I took it out and I wrecked it, and I was too scared to come home. So of all the things, I took it downtown, parked it in a parking garage, and got a ride home. I went to bed. And so I told myself, I've got to tell her something. There's no car in the driveway. So the next morning I got up and told her, this is what's happened. She very calmly said, well, let's go get it. So I went to the parking garage and gave the keys to the guy. They went up and got the car. And I could hear it. It was I think it was downtown next hotel. And I could hear this car coming down, and it was squealing and making all this noise because the right front tire was sort of at 40. So it arrived, and we realized we had to have a record. So she went with me. We took it to a bare wheel alignment and checked it in, and they fixed it. And she, you know, it was understood that I had definitely done the wrong thing, but she didn't punish me. She didn't, you know, she just let me know that she was disappointed. But I was suffering enough inside. But those are just one of the many, many things that had come up. And then, of course, we took care of the ranch together because, and we would sometimes make trips there together to make sure that things were operational and running fine, the cows were being taken care of, and all that goes along with running a ranch. She's tough. She was tough then. She's tough now, and I mean in all the good ways. She's tough, and it's been a wonderful experience having. I'm the youngest in the family. She's the oldest, but we've always been very, very close to each other, and it feels great to be able to live in the same city and be able to see her as often as we do, and talk to her on the phone very often. She's always calling me and checking on me when I'm on the road or at the office, and always just to say hello and just to see how things are. So it's just been wonderful having you as a sister. And I'm so glad all 6 of us are here today. 5 of us, I'm sorry, Rock is not, of course. But he sent his wishes and we wish you the very best. So we're thankful that he is the other way around. So thank you for all of you.
I have many, many memories of just so numerous to even go into, but I remember Richard was 10 and I was 12, and Maryjo got this idea that she wanted to take us on a train to see Marcy. And she took, here's a 25-year-old young woman taking on her 2 young siblings, and we went on this wonderful train ride. We went to Washington, D.C., and saw all the sights there, and then we went to New York and saw the Statue of Liberty and Rockefeller Center. We had baked Alaska at the restaurant. I still remember that. And she was just wonderful. What's that?
Saw Broadway play.
It's all Broadway play. And she took us everywhere, and here were 2 little kids, but it didn't bother her at all. Then we went back on the train and went to visit Marcy. We had the best experience because of Maryjo deciding she wanted to go on a train and take us with her. It was just fabulous. And then when I got married, she came out a week early and helped me. I remember we were sitting there for hours filling these little nets with bird seed to toss the guests could toss to us. And she was my wonderful, wonderful bridesmaid and maid of honor. And she's touched me in so many ways. And just like Richard said, I wasn't going to say this, but I would come home from school, and Maryjo was there taking care of us, and I was dating this guy. She said, okay, Joyce, you and Randy have to stay outside until I come home. So we would sit there for about an hour on the porch so the whole neighbors could see us. Before she'd come home and she'd say, okay, you can come inside. She's been a wonderful sister, a wonderful mentor. She's always been there for me. If I had to, some issues before I was married and I was living in Chicago and I'd call Robin, she'd be very calm and relaxed and we'd get through it. And she's just been a wonderful, dear sister. We talk to each other probably once or twice a week, and she's a loving sister, and I value and treasure all my memories just as I treasure you, my sister.
I'd like to speak.
Can I say one thing I'll keep it brief. There's some hard words to follow up by, but I just want to say I was fortunate to live next to you growing up and next door, and you really always